Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DanDanTheFireman. I'm over here with Bike and Bird and Blockhead. We're going to be talking about Harleys today. There's like a lot of new stuff coming out, the 2018 Softails, among the other stuff out there. Oh, we got some echo. So let's, that's me. All right, there we go. So this is, we're going to talk Bike and Bird, Blockhead, and let's just go ahead and get this going. That was my bad.
Hi, dudes.
Yeah, threw you guys on there. So yeah, Blockhead got to ride the Fat Bob, and I was actually at the dealership today and saw the Fat Bob. Got to sit on it. That's pretty much all I got to do because it was pretty hot, so I didn't go ride. So we just kind of want to talk about the new stuff that came out. Bike and Bird did a really cool live stream with all the stuff that went on, and I was watching that. Yeah, and
great.
It was awesome. That was the dealership. That was the dealership thing, right?
It was one of the guys that was at the dealer show. He was streaming onto Instagram, so I showed that. And then when Harley started doing their live videos, I was also streaming those out.
Yeah, it's crazy how quick like they did it. They did the dealership show, and then the dealership here, and I'm sure Blockhead got it like a lot sooner at his dealership. They like already had the bikes there. Like the shipment was already showing up as the dealership show was going on. I don't know. That's pretty crazy to me.
I don't know what. So also just to give you guys a heads up, Blockhead here. We've got Aaron from Orlando. Basically works up there. Just to kind of give you guys more of an insight. And been riding Harleys for 10 years. Certified tech. Most senior salesman up at Orlando Harley. So he was actually one of the ones that was able to get me in to the dealership pretty early. You guys got them when? Wednesday or Tuesday?
We got them Tuesday night, and they were put together and on the showroom floor Wednesday morning.
Yeah. So like they're
holy crap.
As of yesterday, they stared actually putting them on the showroom floor.
Yeah, we've got about 40 of them now.
Yeah. Today they had a whole line of them, which I actually took like a little Instagram video of and posted up. So.
Yeah, dude, I saw that video, the Fat Bob. I sent it to my buddy Matt, and he's like, holy crap, the bike looks awesome. So I had to go check it out today at the dealership.
Yeah, it's a good looking bike. It's definitely more, sorry, uncrustable noise. More futuristic looking. Don't hate on Uncrustables, bro. They're fucking delicious. I've been waiting 30 minutes for this.
They're awesome, man. My girlfriend actually bought like a thing to make them, so no, they're awesome.
You know, like they have to make them? You have to make them yourself?
Well, we can. It's cheaper that way. It's expensive, dude.
Take it out, and it's
we're getting sidetracked with Uncrustables.
What were we talking about?
Something to do with motorcycles or something.
And dealership on Tuesday putting together with
kind of like I was telling Aaron, I feel like it's the main focus, especially towards the younger demographic right now. You know, it's got the sharper lines, it's a little more boxy, you know, the headlight being squared up, you know, it's a little more pleasing. I'm not a fan of the headlight, but that's going to be with like any bike. You know, people are going to kind of dissect it and be like, I don't like this, I don't like that. And then you got all of it. But it's like, you know, Aaron and I were talking today and basically saying to those people, it's like, you know what, just like stop hating, actually go to the dealership, test ride it, try it out before you cast judgments, you know, because dude, they ride really nice, man. And I mean, own a Dyna, you know, Bike and Bird owns a Dyna, and imagine his reaction will probably be the same, unless you're really gonna push the rest in peace Dyna or whatever.
No,
dude, I love that swing arm sticker that you got going on.
I just had to run with it. I've gotten 8 orders already, so.
Oh shit, nice. Yeah, I was the same. I saw like the leak right before the dealership show went on. It was the leak of the Fat Bob, and I posted it on my Facebook page, and I was like, I'm not too sure about it. A lot of people were hating on it, and then I finally went to the dealership today, and it actually like it's really nice. Like I looked at it and I was like, I would buy this if I had the money. And I didn't have a bike already.
Story of my life.
So I mean, it's a great bike. It's an awesome looking bike, and it's, I mean, the 114 in it, it's freaking fast. And I'm sure, I mean, I haven't ridden it, but I'm sure it's freaking fast. So it's
Well,
nice. There's all these little things in there that I thought was pretty cool. There's like a USB plug on the triple tree, or underneath the triple tree, and then there's like just like a bunch of like little things they put in there. So I think they're doing really good with the technology that's going on. I mean, it's kind of late, but they're at least doing it. So I mean, it looks great. So I love it.
I agree. We got a question in the chat. It said from Mondragon078. So my question is, the direction where Harley Davidson is going as of now, do you think it's a great move long term to attract the younger generation? My opinion on that is absolutely 110% yes. I would say a good portion of the people that are hating are in probably the 40 to 60 demographic. And I think that's why they didn't touch their touring line too much, because that's catering more towards that demographic. And then, of course, they didn't touch the Sportster line too much. Of course, they've introduced the Street 500 and the Street 750 recently. So I think that's kind of taking care of them. I think that friction zone is kind of where we are, that 20 to 35 range, where people still kind of want to hang on to the old and are resistant of the new. But I think long term, like you said, better handling, lighter motorcycle. I mean, I saw a meme on one of the Dyna pages. It said, it had two Harley guys, the same Harley guy. It said, we want something new. And it's like, what's all this new crap? We want the old stuff. Like, you can't have both. Like, you got to move in one direction or the other.
Well, I was watching a video. I don't know who was doing the presentation. Somebody from Harley on a stage with a microphone, you know, doing some kind of unveiling. I think I actually saw it on Letitia Klein's live feed for Instagram. But basically, the guy was saying that you've got like two knobs with Harley. You've got like heritage and, you know, like staying true to the brand and like kind of where it's come from as one knob, you know, the history of it. And then as the other knob, you've got like modern technology and bringing it up to speed. And so it's kind of a fine balance between the two. Like if you actually go and you ride the bikes, you're going to kind of see like they do try to stay true, I think, to the styling, yet bring it into a bit more modern styling. And then in terms of the technology, man, I think they've made like some pretty big advancements. I mean, Aaron could tell you more about that than I could, but just the feel of the bikes, like they shift great, lots of power to them. They stay cool. They've got comfortable seats. You know, it's, I mean, I'm probably going to get a shitload of hate for saying it, but like, I think they did a good job. You know, like, am I a fan of a ton of the styling that they've done? No, but they're also supposed to be coming out with a couple new models in the next, what, couple
Next,
I think it was like 50 new models in the next 30 months.
Yeah, and so I mean, you know, there's going to be like a new S version of a Softail something, you know, and so that's usually when they get more experimental with it and black everything out and, you know, throw some, I don't know, a 117 on something somewhere. It's going to happen, but you just got to kind of
when I was at the
you got to start.
When I was at the dealership today. Oh, sorry. When I was at the dealership today, the Lowrider S from last year, the ones you guys have. It looks, for me, it looks a lot better than the Lowrider that they have going out right now. But I mean, the Fat Bob and then the Fat Boy, I mean, they look freaking amazing compared to last year for me personally. But I mean, they got a lot of new technology in there. I mean, you don't have that dual shocks underneath the seat. I don't know too much about bikes, but my buddy Matt, I was talking to him today, and he was talking about how, you know, they're constantly fighting each other. It's like it's a great improvement going to the monoshock. They're actually they're including stuff that Indian's been doing for like a couple of years, but it's like now they're like up to par. There's still different prices, but they're starting to move to that, you know, the newer generation, more technology. And what Justin said, Bike and Bird said, was that they're moving to the younger generation. That's good because the older generation is actually dying off. As sad as that is.
No, it's absolutely. I said that exact thing. I said they're focusing more on the people who are going to buy 2 or 3 more bikes in their lifetime, as opposed to that person that might buy 1 more.
Yeah, they're dying off, and you know they kept Harley afloat, and they're doing really well, but they kind of need to shift their focus, and they actually are. So yeah, the Street 50, Street 500, there you go, and 750 the Street Rod. I honestly believe they're going to kind of overtake the Sportsters at some point. Not right now because it's a different type of thing. But, yeah, they're already showing with the Big V Twins that they're going to move it towards the younger generation. Because for me, when I sat on the bike, I'm 5'6". And, like, for me, I was, like, really worried about forward controls for a very long time. I was actually able to do it, especially the boots that I have on. I was able to do it. I felt great. I was flat-footed on the ground.
Some serious boots.
Everything felt amazing. So yeah, they're stiff-ass boots, but like overall, I think they are moving towards the younger generation, and they kind of got my eye with it. But I mean, I just don't have the money, so there's that. So yeah. I don't know. I think they need to do what they're doing. I think they're on the right track. So Harley's doing fine. They're just, I mean, they have the name already, so they're just going to keep going on that trajectory.
All right, so let's get insight from a person that actually works at Harley and has been riding them for 10 years.
Yes, definitely. Let's do that.
I definitely agree with a lot of what everybody's saying. I do think that they went so extreme with the Fat Bob solely because, like you were saying, in the previous Fat Bob, it had a lot of hate for its cosmetics also with the twin headlights and the twin tail lights. So I think that's why they were willing to go with such a drastic and different look on the 2018, because even the previous models didn't get a lot of love because of the looks of them. And as far as the demographic, I definitely agree that the ones that buy the touring bikes, they're kind of out a little bit, and Harley purists are a very difficult audience to please.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like when they released the V-Rod with the radiator, like everyone just lost their minds, and they just did not want a water-cooled Harley. Those two things did not go in the same sentence. And then the smaller radiators on the touring bikes, same thing. But I mean, eventually everyone kind of eased into it once they realized that it was a change for the better. And I definitely think that's going to happen with these models too.
Yeah, you got to remember, I mean, when the FXR and the Dynas were announced, people did not like them. They did not like them at all. So I think we're just seeing history repeat itself, to be honest. I think in 20 years, people are going to be saying, like, they're going to change something new, and people are going to be like, oh, why aren't we riding the 2018s back in my day? I think it's going to be the same exact thing. It's going to be the same exact thing.
That's the majority of what Harley riders sound like, right?
I mean, I think I nailed it, so.
What is that clip you always use about the
from South Park? It's so funny. Uncle Ken got a Cena, and he's been doing that on the rides. So one of my videos coming up, there's like just 20 clips of him just over the Cena. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I was doing the research on some of these videos, or the Softails, and it's like the potato, and I laughed at myself reading that because I was making that noise, like. And then, with the Fat Bob, that one thing that I found interesting was they said that they took like Battlestar Galactica and Zombie Apocalypse into like their design process. I was like, really? Battlestar Galactica of all things? And I can see where they got the headlight because, you know, the Cylon and everything. I don't know. It's just kind of weird how they chose to pick that over, I don't know, pretty much anything. But I like the bike. Don't get me wrong. I actually like it.
Yeah, there's awesome. Something posted up. I mean, talking about the Fat Bob specifically, that they posted it up with like pictures of like a Yamaha, like a really like beefy Yamaha.
VMAX.
Yep. I saw that. It looks just like it.
Somebody posted up a picture of it was like a little toy, you know, like play school kind of thing with like a, I don't know, like a Tupperware thing over the top of it, and they lifted it off like Harley did with the bikes. And then they cut to like a shot of the Fat Bob, and it's like, man, that's fucked up. I don't know. I think it looks kind of, you know, more beefy. Like the tires they look knobby. I think, like Aaron said today, a lot of it is, you know, people see pictures of it online. It's like you need to actually go to the dealerships and see these things in person before, you know, talking big shit.
Yeah, seriously, it was different seeing it in person. To me, it kind of looked plasticky in the picture, but when I saw it in person, it was amazing. The whole I don't know what color. It's like the brass color shield for the exhaust. Like I thought that was the actual exhaust, but no, it's the shield. And like I was able to look underneath the bike and see the monoshock. Like everything was like really nice, and I sat on it. It just felt good. The seat feels different than my seat, my Mustang seat. Everything feels great.
Yeah. So like most of the seats now, is it most of them? or just Softails?
Pretty sure it's a Softails, yeah.
Yeah, they've all got like gel inserts now, super comfy.
Yeah, that's what I pushed on it, and it was like soft and jelly. Mine is like hard foam, so it was a huge difference. It felt comfortable, and the way the Fat Bob specifically, because that's the only one I've been on, when it came up on the back, I seriously felt like secure in the bike, and I was like enough forward to hold the controls and do everything. It's like I really wanted that because I mean it came with a passenger, like, or a 2-up seat. It's like you could definitely have like somebody right off the bat, especially if the passenger pegs are on there, and you're good. You don't have to upgrade anything. The front forks, they're inverted front forks, and the whole Showa, I don't the whole thing, but really good front forks, monoshock down the back, a lot of technology that's in there that it's like I'm pretty impressed with it.
Yeah, the seats are definitely way more jelly. It's one of the things that I noticed across riding. So like currently ridden the Fat Bob, the Fat Boy, just because I like saying it, the Heritage, and what was the other one?
Breakout.
Oh, the Breakout. Yeah. And across all of them, there's definitely a difference in the like in the seats. I mean, they all have like gel. Or jelly, as you said. It's like they took a bunch of Uncrustables and just like put them in the seats and soft like white bread Uncrustables. It's nice. I had to throw that in there somehow. Jelly. But no, the seats. So, that's actually one of the things that I kind of constantly mention in the test ride videos that I've recorded so far. P.S. One comes out tomorrow morning, and then we've got 2 more that I need to edit. So the break at like 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's one of the constant things that I keep on mentioning is like how comfortable they are in the seats, and the lean angle. Those are 2 big things that I always kind of constantly seem to mention, and like especially today on the Heritage, like the lean angle on that thing is crazy, but you wouldn't think so because of the floorboards. It's like I was really surprised. But that trike.
Yeah, that's another thing is you're basically the only one here that has done the rides with them. So how did I don't know too much about the Big V Twins. I've only ridden the Sportster and then maybe like an Indian Heritage or basically my friend's bike. So from compared to your Lowrider S to the Fat Bob or any of the bikes that you've ridden, how would you kind of like compare the two? I mean, it's kind of hard to compare them, but I mean, like, what's your opinion on the new bikes?
The Lowrider S is more badass than all of them.
Wow.
Are you trying to upsell your bike? You're trying to like sell right now.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Especially the Blockhead model. No, like honestly, it's like whenever I got back on the Lowrider S today after test riding the Heritage and the Fat Boy. It felt, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm comfortable with it. Like that is my bike. That is the bike that I ride kind of every day. But it's like I compared it to, and I even say this in the video, like whenever you go and you're riding on another bike and then you get back on yours, it's like going on vacation for a while, but then you're ready to get back into your own bed and your own shower, you know? And so it's like,
I can see that.
Riding these other ones was nice, but like getting back on the Lowrider S, it's kind of like, you know, I crank it up. I know exactly how everything responds. So I think I'm a little impartial. You know, if you were to like set somebody up that's never ridden either of these bikes, you know, how would you compare them? Like the Lowrider S to me, it feels more like raw. You know, it's going to be like the rubber mounted, right? It's got more shake. You know, it's got a fucking loud exhaust on it with the Vasani sweepers. You know, it's like, to me, it just feels like more raw. Like that's the best word that I can think of to kind of describe it. And it's like, it's a quirky beast, you know? And so like these other ones, like the 114s, you know, it's a bigger engine, but maybe it's because I can't hear the exhaust as much because they're stock Harley exhaust and they quiet them down a bit. Or maybe it's I've got a tune on the Lowrider because of the FP3. But to me, it's like I felt like the Lowrider S like pulls a little harder, it's a little more responsive. It's definitely more flickable because it's lightweight, has like huge ground clearance. But that's all stuff that, you know, you can always work on the new ones, I'm sure. And
in general, between the rigid counterbalance motor versus the rubber mounted motor on the Dynas, that's always been a deciding factor between Softail riders and every other model of Harley. Softails have never had any engine shake to them. They're very, very smooth rides. A lot of people say if it doesn't shake, it's not a Harley,
Yeah.
because that's what Harleys are known for. That's always been a deciding factor.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say that, especially with the new Milwaukee 8s. They said it doesn't feel like a Harley, so they don't want it.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's that is the older generation we're talking about there. I think the newer guy,
Definitely.
newer ones are just like, you know, let's get a good bike with good technology. I think that's how the mindset of everyone is. Like for me personally, yeah, that is my mindset. It's like I don't want to pay like a premium for a name with lower or like older technology when I can buy an Indian or something else that has the newer stuff at the lower price point. But it seems like Harley, it's like, yeah, screw the older generation, or not screw the older generation, but let's focus on the newer stuff, get it going, and we still have the name, so we can still do what we want to do with it. I think they're going to sell a lot. I honestly think the 2018 is going to be a good start, and I'm glad that they're doing the 50 new models in 5 year type plan, because I think this is a great start to it. I'm just waiting for the Sportsters to come out probably in the next few years that are going to change up.
Yeah,
that's for me.
They're going to have to. That's probably what they'll look at next. But I wanted to read something off of Instagram. This is from National Motors. I don't know if you guys follow him. He's that guy that's really known for doing those canyon roads on the Dyna and just beating sport bikes and stuff.
Wait, what's his name?
National Motors. It's spelled like Nation All Motors.
Okay.
But yeah, dude can ride definitely better than any of us, but probably most Harley riders. And this is what he had to say. He said, I just test rode the 2018 Harley Davidson with the 114. It's the Fat Bob. First impression, I am very impressed. The bike needs the standard HD treatment, exhaust and tune, and it will rip. Still fast out of the box, very smooth and continuous power. Both the front and rear suspension had preload adjustments with this model. It cornered effortlessly, and ground clearance all of a sudden was no longer an issue. You can lean this bike over easier than our Dynas with taller shocks. The 33-pound or so weight difference and location of the weight makes it feel very light in comparison to my Lowrider S. The brakes were also a huge upgrade. It stops much better than my FX DLS. The bike ride the box is the smoothest and best performing Harley Davidson I've ever ridden stock. Once we fine-tune these bikes, they're going to be amazing. I want one. And that's from someone who has no affiliation with Harley whatsoever. He's been begging for it for God knows how long, but his bike is, I mean, his race bike is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm on his Instagram. It's insane what he's doing.
He's got thousands and thousands of dollars put into his suspension, and he said that one rides better stock. So
yeah,
that speaks volumes to me.
Yeah. Need another hand.
So
we've kind of just talked about
if he gets his hands on one.
Yeah, we've kind of just talked about the Fat Bob, and I know Blockhead, you've done other rides with other stuff. It's not just the Fat Bob. You got something coming out tomorrow? Which one's that?
Yeah,
that's the Breakout.
Yeah, the Breakout, the 2018 Softail Breakout 114.
What do you think about the new Speedo on the Breakout? It's like right there, the LED thing.
It's like an LCD cluster. I actually like it. I think I like the gauge on the what you call it, the Fat Bob more though.
Yeah.
Damn it. So I'm sorry. I'm doing a live video on Instagram so people know to go.
No, that's fine.
Chat and stuff right now. So hey, all you guys that are tuned in right now on Instagram, go to DanDanTheFireman's channel on YouTube, and you guys can actually get in on the live stream. His link is youtube.com/DanDanTheFireman. Spelled exactly like it sounds. DanDanThe Fireman. You should know how to spell fire. Don't you know? Hey, look, it's on a shirt. Lift up your shirt real quick. Oh, shut up, Mike. Switch it over. All right, there we go. All right, if I can take that down. There we go.
What?
There it is.
We'll see that later.
There.
Oh, there it is.
You can go over to get lower tentacles as well. There.
Oh, yeah, I got the same shirt.
Shameless
All right, so you'll have to watch this later, Bike and Bird, but I've got this little Hitler mustache that I keep holding up to the screen whenever you
So I kind of got a question for the Harley mechanic guy. I'm sorry, I forgot your name already.
Aaron.
I'm pretty.
Aaron.
What was that? Aaron. Aaron. We're going to Key and Peele already. No. So it's kind of hard because Harley is really big on aftermarket parts. Have you kind of gotten any type of, not insider news, but like, is there something that you could easily put on the new Softails that it's definitely aftermarket? Did Harley come out with something? I haven't looked into it, but I mean, is there anything out there that you can put on the new 2018s?
Yeah, we do have a parts catalog. Screaming Eagle has a whole line of cosmetic stuff as well as exhausts. I mean, at the dealer show, they actually rolled out a Fat Bob as well as a Fat Bob with a whole Screaming Eagle performance package on it, as far as like exhaust, intake, tuner, all that stuff. So there's options out there because, I mean, this engine came out in the touring bikes last year. So as far as engine fitment, they've had a year to prep for it. Obviously, it'll be a little while before stuff is adapted to fit the Softail frame and stuff like that, but it's definitely on its way. And if the touring model is any basis, and when that engine launched, maybe like a month or two later, there were already a ton of full sets of exhaust out and ready to go for it. So it won't take long.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, and I was talking with the guys at the dealership here. Is like, and I when I did my research, that the catalytic portion of the bike is inside the exhaust. So like when someone changes out their exhaust, they kind of have to change that and make sure that's part of it. You can't just get some guy to weld you a straight pipe. You kind of have to put all that together.
Yeah,
well, you
yeah.
could.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things on there that I thought was pretty interesting. Like I said, the little USB port.
Oh, that was awesome.
Right there. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Like, they didn't even know that. Like, I was about to leave. They're like, hey, did you see this? I'm like, what? And they're like, I didn't even know this was there. There's like a USB port.
And you're like, oh my God, I'm sold.
And on the USB port, I was like, but like the little things, to me, that's more important than just kind of like fixing the big things. I mean, just a little bit of attention to detail. I thought that was pretty cool.
So it's a USB like charging port or for like tunes?
USB charging port.
Okay.
And it's like right at the front. So, I mean, of course, like if you're going to be riding a long time, have like a RAM mount or something, you plug it all in. To me, I like that because I actually do a lot of video stuff. I mean, you guys do too, but I mean, some people probably don't care about that.
Yeah, if you're not, I mean, other people are just going to care about their phones. And I mean, most phones can last like 8-9 hours. So if you're not doing any type of cross-country stuff, that's not going to matter. But for anybody that rides their bike for an extended period of time or does videos or stuff like this, that I had one on my Triumph, and I didn't realize how much of a lifesaver that was until I had one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have to plug in like an external battery to my phone sometimes.
Yeah,
but
I would have liked to have it for like my Cena backpack, because it doesn't have an external battery. So when it's dead, it's dead. Like I'm done recording for the day. So it'd be nice to be able to run that off, run it off the bike.
Another small thing too that Harley much emphasis on is I noticed it today when I was moving bikes around outside because it's a big issue living in Florida. They put suede inserts in some of the seats. So if your bike is in a parking lot for a 10 period time in the middle of the day, you sit on it, it doesn't set you on fire. Which
that's pretty awesome.
But I know it doesn't.
It was very popular outside of like West Texas. People would do that all the time.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool. Like I said, a little attention to detail is pretty awesome. I like that. But another thing is about the Fat Boy. That thing.
Fat Boy.
Like the Fat Boy. Those are like some giant ass wheels. Like giant. Like
yeah,
the
those
rear
look
wheel
awesome.
is huge. The front wheel is huge.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a solid piece. It's not spoked or anything.
You guys heard that? About the front wheel?
What was that?
The front wheel is the
No, I
biggest
didn't hear that.
wheel
What was that?
Harley has ever had on a factory bike. They've never gone that big on a front wheel before.
That explains it, because that thing was freaking huge.
How big of a tire is that?
The front fender is actually like full, like it's wide. I've never seen a fender that wide on a Harley.
Yeah, they upgraded the rear to a 240 and the front is a 160.
Oh my
240,
God.
holy shit.
It's funny because like 160 is like, that's bigger than what we have on the rear on our Sportsters.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I'm just not
My
realizing
rear, yeah, my rear tire since switching to Nobbies is a 130. So I mean,
130. Oh wow, it was even smaller.
Yeah, so that's insane. Holy shit. No, I think a lot of this stuff is pretty cool. Like the Fat Bob, like I don't understand too much about the Big V twins. I've been kind of paying attention to the Sportsters, but the Fat Bob has like 16-inch front and rear, and then like the Breakout and like a few other bikes have like a 19-inch front, 17-inch rear. Like I don't to me personally, like I said, I don't know too much about bikes, especially the Big V twins and stuff like that. But like I wonder how that handles. Like how does that handle? And I mean, what does the Lowrider S have? Do you guys know?
It's a 17, I think.
17.
Oh, for the wheel?
Yeah, for the wheel.
Yeah, I think it's 17.
Pretty sure it's 17.
Yeah.
To Google.
All right. Yeah, Google. Yeah, I was having like the knobby part kind of got me thinking about that because it's so hard to find a 16-inch knobby tire for my rear wheel.
Really?
I'm thinking about turning a Fat Boy or a Fat Bob into a scrambler. So that's where my mindset's
a lot of dirt bikes run a 16-inch wheel, so I'm surprised it was so hard.
Yeah, it was just hard to find the dual sport.
Yeah.
Rear tire.
I'm really thinking about swapping the wheels and tires on my Dyna and the Sportster because they're super close. I think I can make it fit.
How dare you compare the same sentence?
I just think Sportsters look better with spoke wheels, and of course, everyone likes the mag wheels on the Dynas. So, sorry, a little off topic.
Tell us about how much your bike spends.
We're talking about Harleys here. It's never off topic.
It's just I don't know how I'd get both bikes up in the air to do that. I need to go buy another jack.
Go buy a Harry Potter one. Leviosa. Sorry, nerd.
Yeah, that went way off.
I was talking about Battlestar Galactica earlier, so.
You should check out The Expanse if you like Battlestar Galactica. I mean, if we just want to continue on this this rabbit hole. Yeah, it's a sci-fi original. It's so freaking good. But
I have to look into that.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Link in description.
So I'm like on Cycle World this whole time, just kind of looking at the bikes, and the only one I can find that even has bags is the Heritage Classic.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing. I mean, obviously the Fat Bob, at least on the right side, it's going to be kind of difficult to put bags on because the high 2-1-2, I think that's what it's called, exhaust. But I mean, has anyone even like looked at the Classic? Like for me, I don't like baggers.
Yeah,
the Heritage Classic.
I freaking love the Heritage Classic. That was like one of my favorite ones just because it's got that old like late 70s police bike look to it. I think that's pretty awesome.
Do you think they're keeping that around?
Who knows what the color of the damn rivet things are that they put in? It's like a olive black or something.
Yeah, it's olive black. But the Heritage is really nice this year. I think they did a good job at keeping it. The Heritage has always had. It still has the spoked wheels, the bags, the windshield, but they made it look really modern with the tech that's in it also. And I haven't seen a full list of all the parts, but they're changing it from quick detach hardware to what they're calling. I already forgot what it was called now. Hassle. I don't know. They're changing the quick detach hardware. And they're doing a whole new line of backrests and saddlebags for all the new Softails. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out. I do agree the Fat Bob might be a little difficult because of the upsweep in the exhaust. So I haven't seen anything for that yet.
Mm-hmm.
That upsweep though.
Yeah.
It's very sporty.
It looks nice.
I like it. Yeah, traditionally Harley goes straight back, but yeah, the upsweep, the monoshock, the better ground clearance. I think they're trying to make a sport bike.
Oh god.
They're trying.
Maybe they're looking at every single Dyna out in California. All of them has the 2-1 or something similar with the upsweep. I mean, I think they're just trying to appeal to more of that market.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the XR 1200 Sportster. Kind of sucks that they kind of got rid of it. That would have been perfect for what I do or what I did do. But I mean, hopefully
I
they
honestly thought they were going to release
bring
something
that
like that because one of the pictures that was leaked was like a new XR 1200, and I was hoping to God that that was true. So that was like the one letdown of the whole thing is they didn't release that bike that I saw.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe next year they're going to focus on the Sportster line. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be pretty awesome.
I can't believe they did away with that flat white pearl. Oh man, that color was so nice on the 48s.
Sure. Does anyone know why?
Oh yeah.
Was it just like a limited run type of thing?
Still doing that color this year. We actually have an iron in that color.
Oh shit! Where?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's like that Cadillac white but flat.
Is that the 48 that looks exactly like mine?
Yeah, except better.
Yeah. 1200.
This is where you insert that meme where they're all going, "Oh." No, it's yeah, it was a super clean bike, fun to ride. But yeah, like as soon as I saw it, I was like, Blackenbird's bike.
That's dude. I saw it in a dealership. And I kind of do a little double take. I'm like, did I bring my bike inside? Which is so funny because you know it has the smaller, like Harley, just the blacked out Harley logo, like on the tank. I almost did that exact same logo on the tank.
Oh,
before I went with the 883, I almost went with just a blacked out bar and shield. I almost did it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
So that would have been so funny.
I think I'm just gonna make like a gold one. Actually, I'll probably hit you up, Bikenbird, for that gold vinyl to make that up because yeah, take off the big emblem. Although, will that decrease the value of it? I got to start thinking in terms of keeping it as a so like.
Yeah, like I said earlier, man, just drain all the fluids and put it in your living room. Just keep it nice and clean.
Yeah,
it's a collector's item now.
Your emblem's gold, isn't it?
Kinda.
On your tank, yeah. I was gonna say because I want to swap out mine on the Street Bob. I thought that'd be kind of cool to put that on it, but I didn't realize it was gold. But yeah, I definitely want to get rid of my badges as well.
I don't know. It's not quite gold. They have a name for it. It's like the same color as like the wheels on the Lowrider S, but
well, it's not black, white, or red, so it won't work with mine.
Oh, on the Sportster?
No, on the. I was gonna put it on the Dyna. So I'm gonna take the Dyna badges off, but I want to put something on the tank. I just don't know what.
I feel like you should take a shot every time you say Dyna.
Jesus. Well, I mean, I got my.
Yeah, and then you got to drop one for the home
right here. So I mean, if we want to get this going,
oh,
it's within arm's reach of my computer.
Oh.
Just like when you're working in Adobe and it keeps crashing, it's like, oh, just reach up and
read the cloud, or
just in case of stress, take shot.
You know, what version of Adobe are you using?
I think I'm on the latest one. Yeah, I'm with the Creative Cloud, so I updated like a week or two ago. So I should be using most recent.
I got the 2015 version.
Nice. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it.
That one wasn't too expensive.
Pirate.
Yeah, man.
Ain't doing that shit with CC.
That's right. Same thing with Photoshop, Lightroom. What else do I got?
See, that's what I was doing, and then my Mac crashed, so I had to get the cloud when I got my new PC. So I'm like, I'm not doing the whole pirated stuff.
I think I'll do that pretty soon.
On the new computer.
Trying to read through these comments. It was like,
I know there's a lot. It's nice.
Should we take some questions?
Yeah, let's bring it to them. There's like a 20-second delay, so they're probably not gonna hear what we're gonna say for a little bit. But guys, if you have any questions, either about the new bikes or just even about us, I think that's a decent thing. Just go ahead and write it down, and I'm trying to answer them while I'm typing, but at least we can say it out loud and kind of explain a little bit better. So, guys, if you have any questions, let us know. It'd be definitely awesome to hear from you guys.
All right, insert the what is it, the Jeopardy? Write down your questions now.
I was trying to talk for 20 seconds. That way somebody would like hear it. So you guys getting a new one. I guess you're going for Fat Bob.
Dan is the next in
yeah,
line.
Yeah, I am the next in line for the non-Dyna bikes now.
Oh yeah,
The original Sportster
yeah,
squad.
so I guess the next bike for me, to be honest, I'm not going to go for another bike. I'm really happy with my bike. I actually need to work on it a little bit more. But I'm happy with it, so I'm not going to buy a new bike. It's all paid off. It's been paid off for 2 years, so I'm going to just keep it for a while. But if I had to get a new bike, I even mentioned it. I need to edit the video, but I'd probably go for an Indian Scout bobber and then get the RSD tracker kit for it. That's what I would do. But that's just me. So, and no, I did not ride the Fat Bob 2018 yet. That would be Blockhead. He actually did it. So if you guys want to check him out, I do have a link in the description to his YouTube. He did one recently where he did a test ride. So I'll check that out. That one guy.
Read that guy, Michael's comment.
So winner.
We're bad influences.
I know.
Which comment?
It said, come on, Bike and Bird and Blockhead have 2 bikes. You can go for 2.
I know, but I don't know, man.
2
It's
bikes
so
is
nice.
rough, man. It really is. Like,
Peer pressure, bro. Yeah, I know a really good salesman at Orlando Harley.
oh, yeah, just go 3/4 of the way across the country. No big deal.
We deliver. You're all right.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're going to drop it off at my doorstep?
That's right. Free shipping, right?
Sure.
Yeah. He said sure. Well, I mean, heck, if you give me the kind of trade you gave Blockhead for his Sportster, we might have a deal.
Do it.
Damn. So,
Donnie, I don't think you can say that you had 4 when, like, 2 of them were your dad's. In that case, I had 4 as well. No. I had 3.
wait, what are we talking about? Who had 4 what?
Koinonia, that's Damn It Donnie from my group. He said I had 4 for a while, 4 bikes.
Oh.
But I think 2 of them were his dad's.
Burn.
That red one that he dropped in that one video, that was his dad's bike. Where he's like, oh, shit. Yeah, that was his dad's.
And you fucking live for people dropping their bikes.
Man, I hope the day never comes where I drop my bike in front of people. I hope if I ever do drop it, it's in a garage with the garage door closed and all the lights off. Because I will never.
I mean,
I've
I've crashed my bike into a bush and dropped it a few times on camera, and I've actually uploaded it.
Yeah, but you're off road, so it's like, yeah. My dad had a saying when we used to ride dirt bikes. He said, "If you ain't wrecking, you ain't riding," and that's when you're on dirt. That's a good saying to have. On the street, not so much.
Yeah, I haven't dropped it, thankfully, on the street yet.
Baffles said, "Do you think they will release a 2018 Lowrider S?"
No.
No, because they did away with the Dyna line. They still have the Lowrider, but
I mean, it's a Softail now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, even if they do a Lowrider S, it's just it's gonna be a 114 like the rest of the Softail lineup specials.
yeah, they pretty much forced me into upgrading to a 117. I want to justify that.
Darn.
Hey, if you guys want to see me put a 117 in the Lowrider S, check out my Patreon.
Yeah. I saw a guy on one of the Dyna pages I'm on Facebook that he bought the Lowrider S and had the 117 kit installed before he took it out of the dealership.
Oh, people do that all the time, right?
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Man.
People
I wish
take delivery of it until it's actually already all done, like often.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's pretty cool. Because I mean, when you're buying a bike, you can finance all that with the bike. So I mean, you can just like sign the paperwork, go home, come back and pick it up when it's done.
Yeah, I guess that's true if they're financing it. I just picture someone when they're installing a 117 just like walking into the dealership and like dropping a bag of cash. It's like give me my bike. Like that's what I see when I see people do that.
Drug money.
Yeah, exactly. Like just tied up, like one of those old school you see in the cartoon with the dollar sign on it, painted on it, and they just drop it on the desk. I want a motorcycle. That's how I picture it going.
It's actually like that at Orlando Harley on Wednesday. You know, I was there, finished up doing some test rides on the 2018s, and Snoop Dogg's producer came in, and he was like I don't know, he's probably like mid-30s, like, you know, 40s-ish. And he came in with this like super young, smoking hot girl, pregnant.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. He comes in pretty often. He just bought a $70,000 street light from us last week.
Yeah, that dude is rolling.
Holy shit! That's a down payment for a house.
Yeah, that's drop the cash story. Yeah, and he bought that to match his, because it matched his Ferrari or something.
Matches Ferrari.
Right?
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Came in,
Okay.
there you go. His friend is buying another street light from us, and they all rolled in as the store was closing. So there was a Ferrari, 2 Lamborghinis, and a Maserati that all rolled up to buy bikes. Fun.
Just buy bikes just like that. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
God, to live like that, man. I'm over here when I bought my bike, I had to like go and like deposit 3 different checks at 3 different banks and
Shit.
draw money out of here. Like, it was literally like scraping together as much money as I could to get that down payment.
Damn, yeah. I was lucky enough to just do like, it was like $1,000 down payment or something to get my bike started off.
Yeah.
But I was lucky with that.
Be nice to have that
But
for show.
yeah. There's a question from Ride to Victory. He said he watched your ride. This is for Blockhead. He watched your ride today and the Harley you did today. I wasn't a fan of, but I'm curious what you thought of the other bike the dealer guy was riding.
So the dealer
What was
guy,
he riding?
that was Eric, and he was riding the Breakout, which we switched, and I rode after him. Just edited and finalized that video today, uploaded it, and it will be coming out at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So basically like
2 a.m.?
Yeah, 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Holy crap.
So,
what is that time over here?
Yeah, like everything that I think of it is pretty much in that video. But to be honest, like I liked that bike more than I did the Fat Bob. Like, I like the Breakout more. Just
really?
Because one of the things I disliked about the 17 Breakout, which I just did rides of for the regular and then the CVO, which plenty of power, like the style looked great. It's one of the things I love about the Breakouts is, you know, they're longer wheelbase, lower to the ground. They've just got this really stretched out, like really nice look to them. You know, they're styling bikes. And so one of the things I hated about the 17s was that you would drag your heels if you tried to turn at all hardly, right? And so with the new ones, they fixed that. You know, the ride height is really nice, and so you still got that style, but you can actually lean and like turn now. And with the power of the 114, it's a really nice bike. But it's all, I mean, you get all in depth, you get all that information in the video tomorrow.
You said that was on the Breakout?
Yeah, the Breakout.
Oh, that's interesting with this, as heavy of a rake as that thing has, because that's why one of our good buddies, Ernie, he traded in his Breakout for a Street Bob just because of that rake. So I'm curious how that feels compared.
I liked it.
Yeah, it definitely rides a lot better than the older Breakouts. They slimmed down the gas tank, and I mean with the lighter frame and better lean angles and all that stuff combined together, it's a lot less top heavy than the previous Breakout.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, in comparison to the previous Breakouts, it does have like more of a flickable feel to it. You know, you can, and like the new kickstands, man, I think I keep going back to that. It's like, I want my lowrider S. I wonder if we could do that. Like the bikes don't lean over as much now, which is really nice because whenever you go to like get on them, it's like you don't have to push as much weight up, you know. Especially China's, because they were, I mean, they have that really long kickstand.
I actually appreciate that because once I raise mine up, it's not going to be as bad. It'll be able to accept it a little bit more. They do make kickstand extenders for that, though.
So Michael says, when is the face reveal?
Oh, God, here we go.
Whenever you come and ride with us, everybody that I've ridden with has seen my face. I just don't put it on YouTube because I want to, I don't know, retain the anonymity so I can talk as much shit as I want and not get fired for it.
Big word.
That's something that Well, I don't want to say I kind of wish I did, but I mean, I keep my channel pretty PG, so.
Yeah, I mean, I have too for the most part. Like especially recently, like in the beginning, it started out, I didn't give a fuck, and like in the live stream, I can cuss as much as I want, but
yeah, it's on your channel. It's pretty good, right?
not get flagged.
No. At this point, it's like I don't even care. I mean, I got flagged for that one video, and it's
Yeah.
God, that's so stupid.
Oh yeah, I forgot it.
God, that's so stupid.
Channel though, doesn't it? My bad, dude.
No, it's. I think we talked before this even started that we got great careers, so we're good.
Oh, true that. Yeah, I just like to maintain like the privacy and not put my face out there. I'm not like disfigured or anything like that. As Aaron,
I wouldn't go that far.
As maybe attest to. Yeah, like everybody that I ride with, has seen me. So it's like if you wanna face reveal, come ride with us.
Yeah, he had sent me an email with like this coupon code or whatever, and it had his Facebook profile picture or something on it. And I was like, oh, Blockhead face reveal. He's like, you never seen my face? I'm like, how would I have seen your face?
I totally forgot.
I was like, I could hold this for blackmail. Like, give me 3,000 subs, or else I release it. that's why he always mentions me in his videos. That's actually why. Is I have blackmail on.
Yeah, there you go.
So my number's still
like not even money. It's not even like give me cryptocurrency. It's like give me subscribers.
I need the subs. Like, hey man, you got any more than subs? You got those subs on there?
Scratching the side of your neck and shit. Yeah. Yo, is there any way? Because I get people that constantly ask me for stickers. That you've got a shop. Basically, somebody can order a sticker like one off, and you'll print it out and send it, right?
Who are you referring that to?
Yeah, how does
stickers here?
That's you, because I don't have stickers. I'm waiting for that answer because I want to do that too.
I just have an eBay store, so mine's all based off of because I had a decal store before I started motovlogging, so I just threw it on the store.
So say would we be able to like say, all right, you can order a Blockhead sticker through Bike and Bird's decal store and you print it off and ship it to them? Because I'm horrible about shipping stuff, man. Like I'm really bad about it.
I could, but it would get into we'd have to have some sort of contract or something set up because it would be very confusing as far as money wise getting you the money because it will all deposit into my PayPal account.
Yeah, you just work for me for free and then give me the profit.
Or I just keep the money and then you get the exposure. That's how you pay your bills, right? Is exposure.
There you go. We'll work something out.
Yeah, I got lucky with Amazon.com. Part of that merch by Amazon. So that's where this shirt came from. Is that I bought it, or I uploaded it, and then if you just buy it, they send it to you with Prime. It's not like Teespring where they have to wait like 10 days for the campaign to end. So all my shirts are Amazon Prime with the Amazon thing.
Your stuff listed on Amazon. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do.
I tried Teespring, and it's too expensive.
But their SKU system is it's not decal friendly because you have to have a registered. Or it's not a SKU number, it's the UPC, the barcode. You have to purchase the barcode in order to list your stuff on Amazon. And each barcode is like $90. And I did like the math. And that's for each size, each color. So each decal I have is like, there's like 15 different colors. So I did the math and it was going to cost me something like $35,000 to list my entire store on there. So I was like, maybe I'll just not do that.
Take like 50 years to gain all that back.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I just keep on eBay and then keep paying their stupid fees because they are ridiculous.
Wow.
They're getting just as bad as YouTube nowadays.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. I don't even want to get back. I don't want to even get on YouTube right now thinking that my PG content is not advertiser friendly because it's vulgar and hate speech.
God, that's what I spent like 3 hours doing today is going back and censoring videos and re-uploading them, and they still got hit. Like, I have no idea what to do. It's ridiculous. And our channel sizes are the ones that are most affected because, like, you can't review them until after 1,000 views. And for most videos, that's pretty much all it gets is like 1,000 to 2,000. So by the time they review it, the views are done. And then in cases like yours, when you have one blow up, by the time they review it, it's already done. Like you said, like you made like what, like 20 cents on 20,000 views or something like that.
Yeah, it was 25 cents, and then after they released it, I made like $1 extra.
Jesus.
I mean, it was like 20,000 views and 169 ad plays during that time because of that whole limited to no ads. And at the end of the day, like we've kind of talked about, is that we have great careers, so we don't have to worry about that, but or like live off of that. But that basically pays stuff that I have, like my GoPro. Like it'll pay for the GoPro or the camera that I have, and like all these other things that I constantly buy to make the channel better. I don't want to use that money that I'm using for my kids and my girlfriend. So it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But,
stop cussing so much, damn.
I know. I even bleep it out. I bleep it out if I do let one rip, and it's like I got to keep it in because that's part of the thing. So I bleep it out.
Maybe they don't like to bleep. I just cut mine out. I don't add a bleep or anything. It got annoying after a while, so I just duck the audio.
Yeah, I started doing I just made mine today when I was going back and redoing all my stuff. Every time I curse, I don't do any sound or anything. Like I said, you duck the audio, and I just have a big censored for YouTube image pop up, so they know like how stupid it is.
I really kind of wonder what triggers it. I mean,
I have no idea. Like I said, there was zero cursing in that one video.
I'm not going to say anything and jinx myself, so
right. And it just came out of nowhere because like I had 2 videos get hit out of nowhere, and then that same day I saw 2 other vloggers. I can't remember who the other one was, but Suburban Delinquent said like half of his videos got taken down.
Of course they
all
did.
At once. I mean, I would understand his, but
well, Sub D's isn't so bad. What I would want to know, like Arson Rides or
Baker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, he calls people D heads. I can't say it because it's going to go on your channel, but
now you're worried.
I'm not too worried about the live stream. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. I'm drinking beer over here. I got 1 and 2. I'm gonna actually get another one. So keep talking. I'm gonna mute myself and go get another.
Okay.
It's my one time.
I gotta. I converted alone.
Oh god,
I gotta go do something. I'm gonna leave Aaron here.
Yeah, I gotta stare at this light for a little bit.
Yeah, so when are you coming to Orlando, man?
Man, maybe this hurricane will just make me float over there. But
I don't think it works like that, Dorothy, but okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm from Texas. I don't know about these hurricanes.
I don't think it's a hurricane. It's like a tropical depression coming in or something.
No, it's a hurricane now. It's category 2, expected to get category 3, possibly category 4 by landfall. Like they're pulling all the flags on this one, saying like, hey, don't take it lightly. We're expected to get 15 inches here in San Antonio, and we're like probably like 150 miles inland, if not more. Like at the coast, they're expecting 50 inches.
That's what she said.
Heyo. Good God, 50 inches.
Holy shit.
That's some of that alien hentai stuff there. So I'm gonna piss off Blockhead for like a good 5 minutes here. I'm gonna put a link in the chat here. That's for the that CVO Road Glide. That thing is pure sex right there.
I really want one.
Man, is that
Holy
thing
crap.
not gorgeous? That Battleship Gray is just, I might have to steal that color scheme for the dyno.
Why does that piss me off?
Because of baggers.
Oh.
I know you're such a hater on baggers. So.
I'm sure I'll get there, but I'm not there yet. I can still like use my back on sport bikes, so.
Yeah.
That's a good look.
I mean, like, I wouldn't want to have that as like my daily bike, but for something to go like cross country or even, I mean, cross state for us here in Texas, that would be so nice.
Woo.
With the 117, yes, sir.
I really want to take like a big bike like that, like long distance, and see how it feels. I've only done my Sportster.
Yeah.
I really want to see how that feels.
I thought you were going to say you wanted to make it into a scrambler.
Guys,
Oh,
I think I
man.
can make it into a script. Put some knobs on it.
That'd be some work, man.
Jimmy Burnout. He did what he calls the dirt bagger.
The dirt bagger. That's a great name.
Yeah, flat bagger street glide. It was it's
Such an expensive freaking dual sport.
The back road.
I got my hard back. I do.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
We got a question for AA Ron. From that one guy, it says, I noticed the new LED headlamps are available on the HD website for older models. What about the setup on the new Fat Bob? Will that be available for 2017 models and earlier?
I don't know if that exact one will, but I mean, that style of light has been an aftermarket thing for sale for a while for Dynas and Sportsters. So I know you can find it from aftermarket companies. As far as Harley goes, I don't know for 100%.
I got a link to mine in the description. Hashtag shameless plug. Actually, speaking of headlights, I got another one in the mail today. Since that's like my second most popular video, I get emails for headlights. But it's so funny because for every one I get for a headlight, I get like 10 from like this Chinese company that has like those camping headlights, like the ones that you like that go around your head. And they're like, we'd love for you to review this. I'm like, I don't think you understand the difference of what the video is about.
You should totally make that into like a mock video and be like, I just installed this new light on my Harley, guys.
Yeah, wait for April, like around the 1st, when you can make that video.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
For a new headlight. I got one today. It was the weirdest. I'll read it word for word. It said, hello, I'm sorry to bother you. This is a combination of... And then it has a bike lock, like an actual bicycle lock, a waterproof telescope, and an LED headlamp, like the one I was talking about. And so we promote our brand. This product can protect your bikes, motorcycles, electric bikes, and is very suitable for trendy fashion. When I see your video, I am excited that this is what we want to work with. I hope we can work on YouTube. Thank you.
That's easily something we could segue into, is like YouTube and brands and sponsorships and all that stuff. Man, I get, like, since I put my email on my YouTube and Instagram, I've been getting those too like crazy. And it's like I kind of want to take them up on that offer, see what they offer, like, truly.
Yeah. Do you get the offers for like the what are they called? The people that like you belong to? Not your. What am I trying to say here?
Ancestry?
No. Hold on.
The partner.
That'd be a cool sponsorship right there.
Like
do a video on Ancestry.com.
Fuckers after this episode and see if they want to sponsor me. Be like, yo, I put Uncrustables in like every other video. What up?
A network, or claimed by. So like, there's like different ones that like you can belong to, and they help like promote your videos and have all this stuff.
Oh, the MCNs and all that.
The MCNs, yes.
Yeah. I get those sometimes. It's mainly the Chinese like phone mounts and weird stuff. And it's just like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
I was actually, I put up a couple of videos with the Kimimoto guys. They were actually pretty cool to work with. They've been sending me out prototypes, because a lot of stuff is in like the sport bike market, and they're sending me out stuff to like try to cross over to Harley. And they sent me this like this tank bag, and I was expecting, like a tank bag, kind of how Dan has one. I was expecting something like that, and they sent me literally, it was like a phone case that like had like a waterproof zipper, and it like kind of like magneted to your tank, and like the magnets were not there. I was like, yeah, you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it's like, I could just use my RAM
Actually,
mount.
I have it right here, actually. Yeah, here it is. It's literally the size of my phone here. But
yeah,
it's
going to be a Blockhead version. It's going to be like a Ziploc bag with a couple of magnets in it.
Yeah, no kidding. Man.
Hey, bro.
Brain comes out fried.
Just make a phone case with magnets in it, and then you can just slam your phone on it.
That works if your phone's waterproof, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we don't get a lot of rain out here.
Is there any other bikes that we want to go over?
Other than our own specific bikes, the Harley Softails, like from what I understand, obviously you have like somebody there with the expertise, but like they all pretty much merged into like the mono shock in the rear, and then they got that preload adjustment with Milwaukee 8, 107 or 114s, and now they just kind of the styling of like the lowrider and all that stuff kind of just merged it all together. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know too much about anything else that's been going on. I know that they did something with the touring models. I'm not too sure about that, so I mean I can't talk about that. So the only thing I can really think of is basically our own bikes and our own channels. So what do you have planned?
Aaron,
do you have anything planned?
Elaborate more on like what changes have been done, probably. If you guys have questions.
Yeah, if he can tell me more about the touring model, I'd love to hear about it. If there's anything.
Yeah. They changed the setup for because they've always had like the Street Glide or Road Glide standard and special. But to compensate for the price difference, they changed a bit of the styling. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Road King special that came out a few months ago, but now the Street Glide special and Road Glide special have the same treatment. They're all blacked out with that, I think it's called the Agitator 19-inch front wheel, extended bags, black bars, black trim, just completely blacked out. And then they changed it to hand adjustable emulsion shocks in the rear. That's about all they did for the touring bikes this year.
I know Ken did hate his adjustable air shocks on his touring model, so I'm curious how much different they are.
Right to Victory says, has Harley bought Ducati? Did that happen?
I did a video a while back that they were kind of in the running, but I think KTM is in the running for that. I haven't kept up with that. Yeah, I don't think Harley went for it. I think KTM is kind of pushing for it right now. I haven't read too much about it. Since the Harley stuff came about, I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
But I know Harley didn't do it.
Yeah, since the release stuff.
So, yeah. Yeah, I wonder, does anyone care about the Project Livewire? What's happening with that? Actually, I wonder what they are going to do with that. I mean, that Zero Motorcycles company, like those bikes look pretty cool. And from what I understand, they're doing pretty well for what they are. But I wonder if Project Livewire is going to go anywhere.
They've been back and forth with that one because they did the promo tour a few years ago, and they put around the country for people to do demo rides and stuff like that. And they got a lot of positive feedback, but I know the problem was then the cost of production for what they wanted to do was too high to compete with the other electric motorcycle production bikes, and they couldn't get the battery life to where they wanted it to be to justify the price tag. So they kind of put that on a shelf for a while. But supposedly they're going to have, I think it said like 2 electric bikes in the next 5 years. So I know they're going back to it now. I don't know if it's going to be the exact same thing as the Livewire, but it'll definitely be influenced by that.
Yeah, I can definitely see like the Street 500 with like a Livewire engine, or you even call it an engine anymore, like the battery. I could definitely see it in that like form. I think that would work.
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, something smaller. Obviously, you're definitely not going to put it in like a touring bike. Try to go cross country with a battery. That wouldn't work very well. But no, I actually wanted to look into it. Oh yeah, dude. From what I understand, it's like it costs more in fossil fuels to mine the lead and all that stuff than it is to just ride a combustion engine.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, that actually reminds me. I was actually going to do like a moto news type video a while back. Is that the UK, they've just banned like combustion engines for like 2020 or something like and beyond. What? So I was wondering how that's going to affect. Yeah, I was wondering how that's going to affect the motorcycle industry, because I mean, there's a lot of people that ride motorcycles in the UK. So I'm thinking that battery operated vehicles are going to be more important over there.
By 20,
who knows?
I think it was
something. I don't know if it's 2020 or maybe 2030 or 2024, something like that. Like I said, I kind of just.
I mean, looking at my watch right now.
Yeah, let me look into it.
I was listening to a science podcast, and they said if the world doesn't reach, I want to say it was 70% renewable energy by 2030, like that's like the deadline of like the planet's going to die type of thing. That's like the deadline.
No turning back at that point.
Yeah, there's no turning back. Like no matter what we do, there's nothing we can do to actually save it.
Oh, so their Ride to Victory mentioned that they're banning diesel, and I just looked it up, and it's 2040. So, but this one is all diesel and petrol cars and vans. So I don't know how that's going to affect motorcycles. I wonder if it's kind of going to push towards that. I mean, that's in our lifetime, so it's kind of interesting.
Maybe.
Yeah. Who knows? It's only, what, 23 years?
Being froggy.
That's going to affect a few things, so I think that'd be kind of cool if someone put out an electric bike. I don't know. I'd ride it. I'd test it out. It's kind of weird not having an exhaust.
Kind of a dealership here in Orlando. Is it Zero Cycles or something?
Yeah, Zero.
Yeah. I know the Greg and I want to say John Duckhead went and did some test rides. They said one guy like shit up in no gear and didn't realize like you pretty much have max torque like immediately.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's what I heard about those.
And scraped his back up and left a bunch of his skin on the pavement.
Awesome.
I mean, how do you show up to a test ride at like a dealership? Like they were doing a demo day.
Aren't you supposed to have at least like a helmet, gloves, or something like that? Or
I mean, he probably did, but they said I think he was wearing like a tank top.
Oh Jesus! It's like you're gonna test ride a bike that you've never ridden. You have no idea how it is, and you're just gonna show up in like a tank top and shit. That's beyond stupid.
Which I guess segues kind of well into everybody finding their inner squid.
Yeah. You'll find that on one of the Sportster videos coming up pretty soon. I paid for that one.
Oh, really?
I didn't go down, but something else happened. I'm gonna just leave it at that little teaser.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah,
so guys, go ahead, go in the link in the description. Bike and Bird. There's a link to his channel. You can definitely subscribe.
I squitted harder than I'd ever squitted before in my entire life, and instant karma. So.
Oh shit. Guys, make sure you hit the notification next to the subscribe button on his channel. That way you're notified every single time. I got that down pat. You have no idea how like my voiceovers are just like
boom,
boom, boom. You just start to flow.
Totally robot mode. Yeah, my outros. Yeah, you can ask Aaron because we've been recording some test ride videos. It's like once you go into outro mode. he actually like, all right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. If you go up to the Orlando Harley dealership, hit up my man Aaron, and he's like, "Yup." He's gotten into it too. And I'm like, "All right, ride safe out there, stay vigilant." Deuces, and he does deuces before I do deuces now.
I'm really good on my intro mode. My outro mode needs a little work, so I'm gonna copy what you were saying right now. I'm always talking about ride safe, and then I'm like, bye.
Don't fuck up.
Team Bradley tried to rolling kill switch me during my outro this past weekend.
Dude, that's some dangerous shit. Like somebody's gonna do that and like hit bars, and they're gonna get like a death wobble or some shit.
I mean, if you ain't wrecking, you ain't riding.
Yeah, but I said on the street, that's not where it counts.
Yeah, well, whatever.
That's some scary shit, dude.
I'm okay with like going and doing it to people. I don't like it when people like Brad try to do it to me, especially when we were at highway speeds. So like anytime I do it, we're going like 30, 40 miles an hour, so it's not a huge deal. But we were actually on the highway when he tried to get me.
Yeah, it's risky. Oh, yo, so for anybody that's watching that Bike and Bird tries to kill switch, just to give you guys a heads up, he has this big knob in the center of his fuel tank that you can use that to kill switch him. It's a lot easier to reach, and it's a real big knob.
It's so big. God, I hate it so bad. I figured that out. Eric Nobama, he kept on trying to kill switch me. And so whenever he would roll up, you know, it's like you can't kill switch a person because the switch is like all the way on the other side. I figured out you can just reach in the middle of the tank and get them. I'm like, all right.
Oh,
it's a game changer.
I'm so glad I don't ride with anybody else. I'm always by myself.
You got a group ride, dude. It's fun, man. It's a different.
I know. I need to get a group. I've been saying during all my videos, like, if you guys live in Tucson, you know, come and let me know. And it just seems like no one has like time. So
Nobody lives in Tucson. Fucking hot.
It is too hot right now. It's too hot. That's what I'm figuring out. So I've seen a lot more riders out lately. So it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna get some people to go up Mount Lemmon and do some mountain riding and maybe go around like Saguaro National Park. There's a lot of cool stuff out here. But I haven't taken my bike off road, so I can't wait to do that.
You haven't taken your bike off road?
Not here in Tucson. I mean, other than like a dirt road, but I mean, I want to go find a spot. So I'm planning on doing some camping trips like out in the middle of nowhere where I have to actually go off road. So it's gonna be kind of fun.
Yeah, like some moto camping style stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I need to get. I'm trying to get a sponsor for like a skid plate because like my thing is just, it's got a 3-inch clearance. I need something. And skid plates is just a piece of metal, and it's like they're so expensive.
You could probably get it cheaper at a fab shop.
Yeah, I know. I need to just do that.
I checked with my buddy. He's gonna make me a crash bar, but the materials for the crash bar ended up being almost as much as the like an actual like bunking or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's just trade in the Sportster. You get the new Fat Bob. It's got awesome clearance. You got knobby tires from the factory. You got a USB charger, so your phone isn't going to die.
Did Aaron hand you this script just now? I feel like you're reading off a pamphlet.
Boom, boom.
Make sure you buy it from my dealership that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
So I get a check.
Go see Aaron because I'll get a $200 incentive.
Come and see Ron. Hey, Blockhead sent you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Dave. I'm trying to get my inner Rusty Butcher going on. It's not working.
Smoke your tire.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of, I gotta change my tire on my R6. I need to learn to burn out.
That's something I've never tried to do.
Mention a sport bike and people.
I was trying to scare you.
Yeah, I need to go off road more. I need to find something.
We decided as a group. We decided as a group that we're going to take me, Brad, Ken, and Donnie. We're going to take an off-road group ride. We're just going to go find a dirt road or a county road somewhere and just ride down it and just see where it goes.
Yeah, might as well. That's all I do on my videos. But then I have a drone following me for about 20 minutes.
Yeah. And I almost pulled the trigger on a drone, but
do it.
Do it.
I bought the desk instead.
You bought the desk. That's more important.
Well, I was about to start working from home.
Get the Mavic.
I don't think I should be working,
do it.
Home on the kitchen
Have you
table.
seen those intros for the or the intro for the test ride video? Drone footage, bro. Do it.
I saw that. It looked nice.
Pull the trigger. Do it.
I hope Team
Yeah,
Brown
don't get the Phantom 3 like I did.
Orlando Harley now sells DJI Mavic Pro. We'll see my man. Hey, Ron. We're just going to start saying Orlando Harley. No, seriously though, man, it's a great drone. Really.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell my Phantom 3 so I can get the Mavic, but no one wants to buy it.
No one wants that dinosaur.
Offer up.
No one wants it. I need to do that. Dude, it's
maybe 3 doll hairs.
That's pretty much what people are offering.
Yeah. Yo,
I want the Mavic, dude.
I tried to sell. I'm ashamed to admit this. I used to vape Nation.
I did too. Actually.
I would be pretty ashamed of that.
I tried selling it. I'm like, okay, like where do I get rid of this thing? It was like, a quality, vape mod. And I'm like, all right, I'll just put it up on Craigslist. Like usually the shit that I put on Craigslist, cameras or GoPros or like kind of more expensive stuff. Like I put my like a Mac monitor on their cinema display, and so the people that hit you up are like a little more sophisticated, I guess. For lack of a better. Sophisticated, right? They're a little more respectable. And so I put the vape up there, and oh my god, dude, it was like, yo, dog, I'll trade you this silver chain for your vape. Yo, dog, I've got a used bicycle and a couple of. Get the fuck out of here! I don't want to trade it.
There's a handful of mac and
when I was
cheese.
trying to sell the Trans Am of all the trades I got. Oh my god! I had a post that was just like, I have like no trades on there on the Craigslist thing like 9 times, no trades, no trades, no trades, and I just made a collage of just the piece of shit cars that I was getting offered on a daily basis. It was like a 1986 Chevy S10, like a 1984 Cadillac DeVille with 250,000 miles. Like it was just the most ridiculous crap you've ever could imagine.
For your car?
Yeah, when I was trying to sell the Trans Am.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yep. People all, yo, man, I got some used bubble gum and a pair of Jordans. You want to trade? Yeah.
I got a pocket full of spaghetti for your vape pen. Can you take that?
I almost would just to like get rid of it. Actually, whenever I did sell it, it was this guy, and it was super awkward. How the fuck did we get started talking about this?
I don't know.
So yeah, super awkward. He ends up messaging me, and I'm like, all right, like I'll meet you over my lunch break up at Best Buy. And so we go up there, and it's like this dude that kind of barely speaks English. And so he's sitting there, and he's like looking at it. And then his girlfriend or wife or whatever gets out of the passenger side, and she starts like giving him this just stank eye, you know. And I'm like, okay, like what the hell? And they start talking in, I don't know, I want to say it was probably like Portuguese or something. And all of a sudden, like he doesn't want it. And I'm like, dude, like I wasted my lunch break. You know, like I kind of got upset, which I don't normally do towards people. I'm like, listen, man, I'm like, I came up here on my lunch break. I'm like, you're wasting my time right now. And I'm like, what are you doing? You know, and he's like, okay, I'll buy it. And then his girl just like went back into the car and like slammed the door. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, everything okay? And he's like, she thinks I'm stupid. And, you know, it's like, she doesn't want me buying this thing. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Give me the money. I'm out. Just to be done with it, you know. I didn't want any more like silver or gold chain offers. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I tried selling the drone back in Yuma and tried selling it here in Tucson. I'm like getting shitty hits. It sucks.
People just don't want to pay like what it's worth or what?
No, I mean, I'm not asking a lot, but it's like they're like, I'll give you $200. I'm like, what? No, it comes with extra battery, extra stuff. And it's like, no, that's stupid. But I want the Mavic, so I probably should just take what I can get and get the Mavic. But that goes back to the whole AdSense thing, where it's like the budget. You know, yeah. I can't spend that. So
yeah,
I'd be taken out of the family budget at that point.
Yeah, like stealing toys from your kids.
Yeah, it's like, sorry guys, we're not going out to eat for the next 3 months because I had to get a drone that I'm going to use once a week.
It sounds normal when you put it like that.
We're only getting the 8-pack crayon.
Yeah.
The joke is,
it's not even going to be called crayon. You're going to get like some off-brand shit with 2 eyes.
Wax sticks.
Wax sticks, that's what it's called.
They melt in your hand as you're trying to write it down.
Oh, shit.
Horrible.
Oh, man.
That one guy says that.
I'm excited.
Saying to hire me.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll leave that up to the pros.
What?
Oh, the bike selling. That one guy says you should sell bikes. Hey,
oh.
Hire him. I said, nah. I'll leave that up to the pros. Why?
Ride to Victory. Yeah.
Nice
I want to sell because it's huge. The Phantom 3 is huge. I don't know if you've seen my videos with me showing you my backpack. It's like giant. The Mavic folds up into like my hand. So that's why I want that. It's just less shit to carry. That's all.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I'll deal with it.
I've got a backpack right now with the case for the Mavic in it, 2 extra batteries, extra propellers, a controller, and then also another bag in that backpack that has the DSLR plus an extra lens and extra batteries for that.
Jesus
and all
Christ.
Yeah.
What DSLR are you using?
Canon 70D.
Jesus. That backpack must weigh a ton.
I think that's the...
It's actually pretty lightweight.
That's why I don't take my DSLR anymore.
Yeah, but man, one of the videos that I have coming up is being disciplined enough to actually, you know, take that recording and camera equipment and stuff with you. You know, like it's really. But whenever you do it, like the quality, you know, it comes through. You know, like had I not chosen to take my drone, because it's real easy just to leave the drone and not ride with it and set it up and do all that bullshit. But had I chose to just leave it, I wouldn't have the footage that I do for the test rides, you know, which kind of add to that sense of professionalism. And somebody who's really, really good at it, and who I mentioned in the video that I recorded is, I mean, he's a full-time YouTuber, but Chase on 2 wheels. He's always taken out, you know, all of his really good camera equipment and the quality that shows, you know. So
yeah,
you just have to.
That's the thing. Yeah, I want to be able to do that, and selling the drone, getting the Mavic and all that stuff. But it's like the whole production value, having to spend the money to get that, to where you're not kind of in the hole with your own bank account to make these videos great. I totally want to do that. Same thing, like what you're saying, is the production value is so much better, and that's why I got like the 3-axis gimbal for my phone. Like today's live stream I was doing, I had it on my gimbal, so it wasn't me like shaking it the whole time. Okay. And it's like, just having to do like those little things, it costs money, and I'm quite literally not doing this YouTube stuff to pocket the cash, because it's really not that much for at least at my level, and it's just going straight into like this camera stuff. So I want to get, like, the next thing is a DSLR. I think that's the last thing I need to get other than the Mavic.
Well, if you got one,
really pick it up.
This setup is on eBay right now. If you want to go snag that. I was actually just about to bring that up.
Hey, you guys make my DSLRs at Orlando Harley, my boy.
No, what's funny is this is actually the camera that I use for the build series and stuff like that is actually Team Bradley's. Like, this belongs to him, but he's never used it because he doesn't know how. I used to work with him. We used to own a clothing company together back in the day, and he bought that for like the commercials and promo shoots and stuff like that for that. So he just kind of left it with me, and now I told him, I was like, hey, I kind of want to switch out the camera. He's like, well, I kind of want my money back. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll sell this stuff and give you your money.
Yeah, it definitely takes a little bit of a learning curve to get used to using DSLRs, especially like to their full potential.
Oh yeah,
and then you got to
I've been doing it since I was 14, so and I still don't have nearly enough talent to be on a lot of people's levels.
Yeah, I've seen people start like not knowing what they're doing, but you just got to constantly use them like every single day. You know, they're constantly posting up photos on like Instagram, and you can see progression. But yeah, it's labor of love, just like YouTube.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it takes. I've been doing like this Throwback Thursday every Thursday, and like when I'm watching it, I'm cutting out all the copyrighted music, obviously, and my voice and like everything is just like, oh my gosh, all these pauses where it's just like dead silence. It's terrible.
Editing, bro, gotta love it.
He's so used to it.
Yeah, it's the joy of. I mean, there's a lot of times where like if I weren't to edit it, you'll just be talking and you totally fuck up and trip over like your own tongue, is what I say. But joy of editing.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff with the DSLRs and stuff too is learning how to edit those photos. I mean, I'm sure Blockhead will tell you that. It's just all the stuff in Lightroom and getting good at Lightroom and stuff like that does wonders. I actually want to do an episode about that, is just to show like kind of the difference between like what came off the camera and what was actually the final product, because it's mind-blowing sometimes what you can do with like even something off of like the Samsung, like the S8 Plus. Like that's why I don't take my DSLR anymore, is because I can get pretty much close to DSLR quality after a lot more editing, of course, but the end product is very similar.
I mean, I can get some pretty good shots with my phone, but even so, it's like you can really tell DSLR quality because of like the bokeh and the clarity.
Yeah.
You know, in some photos, or like the amount of light that it picks up in like low light situations.
Yeah, the low light's really where they come through.
Yeah.
I just can't stand taking my DSLR on rides, just because like with this lens it's not too bad, but with my actual the 2470, that combo weighs like 7 pounds. Like it's heavy as hell. So I usually don't take it anymore. I use it, of course, in the garage for the build series and stuff like that, because I'm not carrying it around. But just the weight alone, I just can't do it anymore.
Yo, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up here pretty soon. I think Dan, you're talking about having to head out here pretty soon as well. So you guys want to sign out? All right, ride safe, guys. Stay vigilant. No, I'm just joking.
Oh God.
Hey, it seems like you're the best at the outro. I'm good at the intro. I did the intro, so one of you guys do the outro. I think that'd be good.
Go on and punch that subscribe button.
I knew he was gonna do it. I knew it was coming. I was like, someone's gonna do it.
That's got the best punches. We're gonna build a wall around the punch.
Oh man. I'll show you a punch when we go to Orlando. If I can reach down that far, I don't know if I can. I might have to get you a stool.
What are we talking about? I'm 5'10". Dan said he's 5'10". Dan,
that was cute. I remember when I was a
5'6"
sophomore in high school. I'm 6'2"
I'm
to
short.
6'4", depending on what convenience store I'm walking out of.
I'll just get Eric on you. No Obama, he's got me. He's my bodyguard.
Hey, I got Uncle Ken with me. You really want to go with that? Have you seen Uncle Ken?
Oh, is he coming?
No, not with me, but
oh, maybe. Oh, what up, bitch?
If I'm on your turf, I'll be in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
I love all this. Like, when you come into Orlando, but there's no like when you come into Texas, like
because
it's better riding over here.
Yeah, it's probably true, actually.
Oh, that's very true. That's why you like the lowrider S and not the street bobs, because straight line, straight line, straight line.
I saw that whole there's like memes about that. It's so funny.
Yeah. No, we're Harley like to go fast in straight lines.
As you see the Hitler thing on Instagram from that shit was funny.
Yeah, I reposted that on my Facebook.
Nice. That's a I don't know, entire separate live stream right there talking about the hate of
We'll see that.
There you go. That's our new the next live stream. We're gonna talk about Dinah's dying off and all that stuff.
RIP Dinah.
All the memes.
You can get your RIP Dinah decal at
stay tuned.
Decals. eBay.com/stores/JDC decals.
Make sure you put the HTTP //
Calling //
I heard that they actually have some Dinahs left over at Orlando Harley, my
man. Oh shit!
They've actually got
I'm sure they
do. All right, guys. I think we
have.
actually do have to end it though. I gotta get going pretty soon. The kids' bedtime's coming up pretty soon. But I had a lot of fun talking about the Harleys and stuff. Deuce, are we doing deuces?
Deuces.
That's right. That's right. It's deuces.
If your video didn't get flagged, now it's definitely going to get flagged.
Making fun of.
Oh shit! All right, guys. Well, thank you all for coming by. It was nice talking with you guys, talking about 2018 Harley Softail lineup, and then taking your guys' questions in the chat. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I'll definitely see everyone later because you guys are all here right now, and we're gonna probably do this again. Hopefully, I'm putting them on the. I'm putting them up there that they're gonna have to do this again with me on my channel. Yeah, definitely.
Join in. Yeah, thank you, man. Definitely much appreciated. It was cool finally talking to you. What are you doing? are you? I
don't know.
I'm punching those subscribe buttons.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, you guys go check out all the channels, check out all the videos, hit the subscribe buttons and the little bell icons or punch it. I really want to make like a video where somebody actually punches the subscribe button and fucks up their computer screen.
Sure, you can YouTube it.
Like punches.
I've had that comment a couple times. Like, I punched it, but all I did was break my monitor.
All right, well, it's been fun, guys. Special shout out and thanks to Aaron for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, Ron.
Yes, thank you for giving the insight as someone that knows some stuff.
Yeah,
That's the best way to put it.
Keep them posted on the next one.
But, yeah. All right, man. All right, guys. It was nice. It was fun. See you guys all later. I'm gonna click stop broadcast right now.
All right. Bye.